Hi everybody, this video is to help you get everything squared away in your journal today. Since I'm not here, I thought it would be a good time for you to do some cutting and pasting and gluing of things into your journal. And I am trying to get this all set up for you so that you can see everything that you need to see. Okay, so we have, maybe I need to zoom out a little bit. I don't know. Is that better? That's probably good. Okay, so you have 4 items that are going into your journal, right? So you should have this purple page. This is going to be the easiest one to put in. You should have this goldenrod page, and then you should have these 2 white pages. So we're going to start with the white pages. So they're going to be going, this is our test corrections and types of errors. They're going to be going on pages 8 and 9. So I want you guys to flip over to page 8 and 9. So on page 8 is going to be your test corrections. So you're going to take this page and you're going to glue it on here. And then you're going to take classifying types of errors and glue those on there. And I'm actually going to trim this. And when I trim this piece, ooh, I don't like that. That's not straight at all. When I trim this, these scraps that I am creating need to go into the garbage/recycle, wherever. They do not need to go into your desk caddy or on the ground or be left on the desk. That's dumb. Okay, so test corrections is going to go on page 8, and the types of errors are going on page 9. Notice I'm not putting a ridiculous amount of glue on. I just did around the edges, and then I did an X in the middle. So there's my page 8. And then my classifying types of errors is going on page 9. And you're going to be doing some writing on these. So if you have to wait for people to finish up with scissors and glue, actually you shouldn't really need scissors much. But if you have to wait for people to finish up on glue, that's okay. You can write in the information that I'm giving you to write in and then go back for the glue a little bit later. So on the test corrections page, this is going to be relevant because we are going to be taking our first test if you're in on level on Monday, and if you're in advanced, you're going to be getting your test back next week to do test corrections. And I want to make sure you guys have the right information. So there's 2 different ways you can earn back points after we take a test. First, you can get a parent signature. So the parent signature goes, and you're going to write this with me, on the front page of your test. This is worth 1 point, which is usually the equivalent of about 2%. So if you had an 88, this could bring you up to a 90, which would be awesome. So the signature is due no later than when corrections are due. You can't turn it in to me really, really late and expect to get points. So that's the first way that you can get points. The second way you can earn back points, and I don't know why this says number 3. This would be number 2. You can do test corrections. I am very picky about test corrections. First of all, you do them on loose leaf. On loose leaf. For each problem corrected, you can get half of the points back that you missed. In order to receive correction points, the following procedure must, and I want you to underline must because this is where I'm really picky. Following procedure must be followed. So first, you need to have the problem number. Next, you need to write your original answer. Then you're going to write why the answer was incorrect. And then we'll talk about that in a minute with classifying types of errors. Then you're going to need to write the correct answer. For each problem, you have to have those 4 parts, or I will not even consider it for correction credit. And if you redo it and your answer's wrong, you won't get credit for that either. Okay, test corrections must be completed on a separate sheet and stapled to the test. You have to turn your test in order to get any points. If you just turn in a sheet of corrections, no dice. No changes should be made to the original test. Once I grade it, do not change anything on it. If the process is not followed, you will not get correction points. So if you just hand me a piece of loose leaf with a bunch of answers on it, no. You have to follow these steps in order to get those points back. Okay, now classifying types of errors. When you write why the answer was incorrect, and let's write this, see page 9. You have to tell me why you made a mistake, what kind of mistake you made. There are 4 different categories that could be that could contribute to mistakes. First of all, you could write the wrong number. Careless mistake. I thought 4 times 6 is 16 and I only wrote down 6. Also careless, not following directions. Maybe I was asked to give the scale factor and instead I gave the missing side. The next type of problem could be a computation error. Maybe you added, subtracted, multiplied, or divided incorrectly. That might lead you, so you might have said 4 times 4 is 20. So you multiplied incorrectly. Now the next category is precision. If your work is too messy to understand, then that might contribute to you getting the answer wrong. I'm pretty good at reading 7th grade writing, but you need to put in a little effort. Maybe you dropped a negative sign or forgot about parentheses. Those would be reasons that you might get a question wrong. So you would write, I forgot the parentheses. Maybe you might have missing units. So if we're talking about area, you just put the answer was 4 and you forgot to put the answer was 4 units squared. Lack of work can also lead to being not precise or incorrect notation. So if it was area and you just put centimeters and you didn't put centimeters squared, that could be part of the problem. Okay, maybe your problem solving was wrong. Maybe you didn't follow the steps of algebra. Maybe you didn't show all of your steps. Maybe you didn't show enough work for your steps. All of these could be reasons that you could use as to why your answer was incorrect in your test corrections. Okay, the next page that I would like for you to go to is page, gosh, you guys, I don't have my book number. That's lame. 19, 21. Okay, you're going to go to page 23. This purple page is going to be kind of like our yellow page that we had for Unit 1. So this is going to go on page 23, and you're going to do the same thing we did before, where you're going to glue it like this on page 23. All right, so we're going to do some glue all over the page. I know you like when I sing the instructions, or maybe you don't, but I like to sing, so I'm going to sing. You have to be more careful than me because I almost just ripped my paper. All right, so now I'm going to glue it like this, and I want to get that corner as lined up as possible. And then I'm going to turn the page, and I'm going to fold it down like this. So this is the stuff we're going to be learning about in our next book, which we will talk about a little bit later. Now, the last item you're going to add in is this page right here. So you're going to have to watch me with this page. This is kind of a weirdo page. You're going to be folding part of it. So you want to be looking at the part that says part over whole equals percent over 100. Then you're going to take this side and you're going to fold it so that your equal sign kind of matches up like that. Okay, so you're going to fold it like this. And we're going to talk more about this a little bit later. You're going to glue this so that you have room underneath to do some problems when we come back together on it. And on the back, it says glue here, homies. And I was a little bit, I was a little too narrow for what I needed. So I need you guys to glue kind of all the way to the edge. And then you're going to glue this here. Leave yourself room at the top. We're going to call this percent proportion. And we will be filling in our table of contents together when I get back. So you could write percent proportion